What's up, guys? So today I did two trades. So the first trade was MU. It's kind of a wash. I went short here at the 5 minute breakout, thinking that this stock was going to drop. It shows that this is a white bar, but when live, this is actually going red. So I went short, it dropped, I covered some here, and then when it popped back up, I basically exited my position. I don't want this to go negative on me. I want to manage my risk better. So I exited, and then as you can see, it popped up, and then it dropped back down again. And the reason why I didn't touch this stock again was a number of things, right? First of all, it's hanging around this moving averages, which I don't really like because you never know if they're strong enough to push it back down like what it did here. This huge drop from 37.92 to 37.5. That's 40-cent drop. Or if it would just pop back up like what it eventually did, right? So I can't really read it too well. Here, I was hoping it would just drop and then it would continue some sort of trend. So I don't really like to take trades when it's a bunch of moving averages bunched together. So exited and that was it. Then the other trade I did was DWDP. So DWDP at 9:35, I held on to my no trading first 5 minutes. And then I was just watching it because it was bouncing up and down. The stock was actually extremely volatile in the early morning, but then it started to lose it. So as you can see here, it lost it lost VWAP, and then it lost the moving average. And the reason why I didn't take any of the trades up here was because I was afraid it would hit the SMA and then it would bounce. This is a very strong resistance or support level. I didn't want to mess with it. But once it dropped below that, I saw that the EMAs were going to cross the SMA, and then this bar basically closed or opened below the SMA. So that's when I took it short. But again, because it was volatile, when it dropped, I started to cover, and then when it popped back up, I exited at break even. So very proud of that move. Then I kind of watched it because if you look at the chart here, it held this level. Actually, it's funny. It closed at this level, 53.98. So it held it very well, actually. So when it dropped again below that level, I was thinking it would just fall, and and that would be it. It would just keep on dropping. So I took a position. It did fall, and then it sort of struggled on the level 2 at 53.98. So I started to scale out, and then when I popped, I exited the remainder of my position at pretty much break even. I think I lost a few bucks. Then I was watching it, and then it broke the level again. So when it broke the level, I took a short position again. It dropped. I covered some again because of the volatility of the stock. So I don't want to be holding it too much. And then it basically popped back up. And so I exited the remainder at a slight loss. And then I watched it. And here's where I made a mistake. It popped up. And I kind of knew this because the stock, first of all, it opened short. So the stock basically fell from previous day close of like 59 bucks all the way down to like the low 50s. So a lot of people lost money or they started to short it. And then the day opened, short. The stock was just falling. So I knew it was bound for some sort of rebound. But I just took a position once it hit the EMA. I went short again, thinking that this would be the end of the pullback. I should not have done that. I should have waited for it to show signs of falling. So what happened was I took a small size, I think 200 shares, and then it popped up. Again, when it hit this level, and it sort of struggled here, as you can see, it formed this wick. I thought it was going to fall again, so I took yet another short position. So in a way, I averaged up. But then it just popped a bit. It hit VWAP, and then it just lost it again. So I was going to exit it around VWAP anyway, so I held it through that phase, especially since it was around this SMA level, which is a very strong level of resistance. And that's exactly what happened. So it popped up, closed the VWAP, and then it started to fall again. And then when I saw that it sort of oscillated around this level, and then it tried to go up, it didn't really move up beyond the SMA. So what I did there was I added to my short position, and I went. So I think by this time I have a total of 1,000 shares. So when the stock started to drop and whenever it started to struggle, I started to scale out. So it dropped, I scaled out some. It went up, it fell to make a new high. It dropped again, but failed to make a new low. I scaled out, okay? And then when it repeated, it dropped to a new low. I scaled out again. When it moved back up, I basically exited my position. Then I was watching the stock to see what happened. Then it moved up, but it didn't really break any of these EMAs. So I added to my position, kind of small, and then it went up to the, I think this is a 9 EMA. Didn't break it, and it seemed to head down again. And I was hoping that usually what happens is if it can't break a new low, on the second or third or fourth try, usually it does. So I added to my position, and as soon as it fell, I scaled out some, especially at this level, the 53.86, because this is sort of the level it struggled at. And as you can see here, it basically held this level really well. And so I watched it for another minute or so, and then I exited my entire position, because if it starts to struggle, usually it's a sign that that is a strong resistance level, and the stock, if it doesn't fall below it, it's going to reverse. So that's basically what I did. I exited, and then the stock did a reversal, pulled back up, went all the way up to 55.17, and then I guess throughout the day it dropped back to the level 53.98, where it was struggling all morning. So overall, I am happy with this trade. I think I managed risk fairly well. The last two trades, I never let it run above my break even. I scaled in appropriately, taking small size, adding to the position when I feel like the stock was going to go in my direction. This is the only part that I was a little impatient with myself at 9:45. Where I should have waited for this pullback to see at what level it would pull back to, and once it starts to struggle at that level and starts to fall again, that's when I should have added to my position. Not at this point. I was a little premature. In fact, I was premature in entering the position in the first place. So overall, it was a decent day, $327.50. Surprisingly, off of 33 trades, a total of $42.83. So, decent day. So yeah, that's it.